Like, damn. Right. This shit. Damn. Like, are we in the wrong party where niggas can't join? Go up that screen. Hold on. I sent it wrong. Ah, shit. Yeah, that's for sure. You know, I don't know. I think I told you before. For some reason, the broadcast don't work when I'm in public. Uh, yeah, like on my mobile data, like y'all see, if I was on Twitch watching somebody else, like a streamer, they shit work. But like art, like regular people shit, it be lagging. I don't know why, but that's how my shit be though. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Let me see what that looks like. I'm not. No, I'm subscribed, but your shit ain't popping
Welcome,
up.
everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national
You
champion.
did tell me
There's
that.
been so
Okay.
much that's gone into getting here, twists
Definitely
and
did
turns, and now it builds
I
to
want to see
this,
if
the
it's,
battle for
it's
supremacy.
lagging.
And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They
Maybe
have
it's gonna
battled
be
through a
like that,
regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on a team from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion.
At 9:14. Good. That it pages available. Sorry about that, child. I'm gonna go back.
Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football. National championship at stake.
I'm gonna look real quick.
Fields it just outside the goal line. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26.
Oh yeah, YouTube don't lag at all, bro.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be?
Oh, but
They're
I
now
can't mute the
throwing here to
sound
start
though.
the drive. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
I'm hearing my voice. I can't mute the sound.
Offense facing a 2nd and 10. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle in front at the line of scrimmage. Not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
So on the opening drive, they're backed up here now, 3rd and 9.
Get it.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
So instead of trying to pin the opponents deep for the punt, they'll go for it on 4th down. First drive of the game. Looking for his big tight end. Finds his man, has the first down. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Boy, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game. Held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He breaks
I
into
never
the
get
clear.
that animation,
And he's
bro.
in the clear down the right side. End zone
It's not an
ahead.
animation, but like
They're not going to get him. He's in.
I never get that when I try that. Like when a nigga played it how inside just did
In
it.
a national
They ran
championship
just
game, you
outside.
cannot do a
Every time I
better
could
job
have
of
just
setting the tone immediately, Kurt.
Well, it's the biggest game of the year, so you've got to bring your best. On the opening drive, the offense did just that. That's how you get this thing started.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25.
I ain't fucking with those. I ain't fucking with those.
The guys up front lined up. It's first down. One man to the backfield, and he'll get the football. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
So you're a defensive coordinator trying to stop this offense. Your eyes are in the backfield worried about that quarterback, if he's going to run it or throw it. You got to worry about the receivers getting downfield and making big plays. And now, oh, by the way, you got a program that has great history at the running back spot. Guys like, think about it, Travis Etienne and C.J. Spiller, backs they have here now on this roster. Boy, just so many different combinations and ways to attack them.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. Quick throw caught on the left side. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Let's run.
Looking to throw it on first down. The pocket breaking down. Cannot escape, and down he goes. The Tigers looking to run some tempo here. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. He pulls it in for a big gain. An explosive play across midfield, all the way to the 41.
Chris, how about this? I mean, there's nobody open initially. He rolls out to be able to get out of the pocket and away from the pressure, and eventually finds the big tight end for those positive yards in that first down.
Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set
I'm
of
about
downs.
to teach you how to run.
One way to create a rhythm and really start to show your identity as an offense is to control the line of scrimmage. The offensive line here early getting a hat on a hat, and this back as good as we've seen all year with the ability to accelerate through the hole. Positive yards, play after play here early in the game.
He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have first and goal right there.
Right now, this defense seems to be sitting back worried about the pass game. They better cheat a safety down, have an extra guy down in the box to help against this run game, because they are getting ripped apart up front.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. So a long, methodical scoring drive, great execution, and championship pressure, Kirk.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional in how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Michigan State offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time.
I got one more left. There you are.
Handoff here from the shotgun.
You want me to keep these on it when I'm
They
done?
get him to the ground
We'll
about the
take 'em off.
18-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Give it to the back again. Finds room at the 30. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first
Everybody
down.
look at me.
Boy, good, tough running there by the Michigan State running back. And Michigan State over the years has had great
Everybody
offensive
look at
line
me
play,
too.
ability to open up holes, and good, tough
hate that
runners
dog
like
got
we're
the
seeing
same
today.
First down here for this offense. He hands it off from the gun. They make the stop, but not before a solid game that time.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top.
Welcome.
And the Spartans with 1st and 10 here. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Sparty. Just ran away from the defense. Well, a touchdown to a wide open man. What in the world was going on the defensive side of that play?
Wow, what was the defense thinking here? You can't let a player roll
You know what?
free
Thanks,
like
y'all,
that.
bro.
They just completely forgot about him and gifted him a touchdown.
Yeah.
He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he's
That was
tackled at the
really
25, same spot it would have been, and he left it in the end zone. Time for one more play here in the quarter. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. And the defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first quarter of play. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they get stuffed at the line of scrimmage here. That's going to bring up a 3rd down play for this offense. And, hey, I know it's the first half, but with the way this defense is playing and the fact that they have a nice lead, this is an important 3rd down to try to convert here.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And it's complete downfield. That's a huge gain.
Good read. I
Finally
thought
made
you
it
were looking
a
at the
43.
outright.
They attack the deep middle of this defense. Kirk come up with a big play.
Nice job giving that quarterback time to throw. Good job of making that read to the middle of the field and working against those safeties, and a big play is the result.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They'll hand it off. Here's a jet sweep. Fights through the tackler.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. That's the key to this defense right now. Great job against the jet sweep of staying out wide and not giving that receiver much room at all.
2nd down after that previous play. And they'll use the ground game here. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
And the pass is incomplete.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if you do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Well, she played for Michigan.
Now it's 3rd and short in the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. They stop him for a 2-yard gain, which will bring up 4th down.
Well, it seemed like the offense was trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
The coach decides no field goal attempt. The offense is out there to go for it on 4th down. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. He finds his target. He has the first. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down.
That nigga had all day.
Keeps going.
Well, that's exactly when you want to go to your little slot receiver, right? He gets a one-on-one matchup on 4th down, has all that room to work with in the middle of the field. Get him the football on 4th down, come up with the conversion, keep those sticks moving.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
There's a run to the left, looking for the touchdown. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. And this national championship game is now dead even, Kirk. We're going to have a fun finish here.
Yeah, maybe I'm being hopeful, but this has the makings of an instant classic right now. The way these teams are matching each other at an elite level in the national championship, it's getting more advanced the further we go. I'm with you. Maybe it comes down to the wire.
Point after, not right through. The BAT ties the game here in the 2nd quarter now. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he takes this from inside the 5.
Next year, don't
And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Single back takes the handoff.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards. They're on 1st and 10.
We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute warning. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And now the handoff. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Ball handed off. They've got him down out near the 40.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football when everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, how about the 1st half? This back is having a big day.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. Short pass finds the tight end. And the ball to the ground. The defense has picked up the football going the other way.
That's a great play by the defender who forced the fumble, but let's also recognize the heads-up play from the guy who recovered it. They're in the right place at just the right time.
Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments.
I'm so surprised
made,
that they didn't like auto challenge it.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage.
I mean, it's just under 2 minutes. Yeah, so they usually still do that no matter what. Cause
This line getting
he
set up.
can't
It's a
challenge you.
first down play.
I got one more after this. He can't challenge you.
And the quarterback dropping back. Looking to make a big play downfield. The ball is picked
And
off.
right back there, cheap.
Going the other way, can they catch him? The 30. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Well, mistake by the quarterback of putting that up in the air, but a great play by the free safety. You know, you sit back in cover 3, the center fielder is the free safety. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, and when that ball is released, he's got to show an athletic ability to be able to go find the football and come down with it for an interception.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Handoff running right. Goes backwards.
I ain't gonna lie, he blocked that whole play. The
I think we all
RPO.
kind of get caught up in third down.
Oh,
What's an
everything
offense
was blocked.
doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of...
Oh, it's picked off. What a play.
Right
Going
back,
the other
right
way.
back.
Can they stop him? Out past the 30. Inside the 10. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream
That's
play
just
for
it.
any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Squibke picked up by one of the blockers. He's tackled at the 34 after a decent kick return there. And the Michigan State offense is back out on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead.
I do too. Want to bet? Want to bet? Oh, my God.
He's escaping the pocket now. And he'll send this one to the right side after a lot of time in the pocket. And a big gain down near the 29. They're threatening.
The fact that he didn't see that nigga, like,
A nice pass by the quarterback. And you look at the time here before we get to the
that
half.
same
They got a
nigga,
real shot here to put a touchdown up on the board.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's intercepted.
You want
Right
to
to the
play?
goal line. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Spartans will kick this away to begin the second half. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. offense is back out there.
Come on, you know y'all the same, nigga.
First
Like,
play of
come
the
on,
second half, they keep it on the ground. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
And then first down,
Yeah,
they go
that's
right
why
back to him.
you don't even know
Hey,
what
it's a
the
great
damn
job
zone
of this
is.
defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So
But you
throwing and running is
you
essential.
played
Stick with it.
safety though. Like I don't get that. Like
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense.
Been an
So locked in on the ball, attacking you
so you was
downhill.
actually smart.
When offenses
That's my point.
sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, with the lead in the national championship in the second half, there are a lot of offensive coordinators around the country that would be more conservative, run the ball, keep the clock
y'all wasn't a
moving.
football school?
I love the fact that this offensive coordinator takes a chance here, throws the football, shows the confidence he has in a quarterback, and it really pays off for him.
That's a monster. Now that shit for sure, man. That's my son and them be doing that shit. He doing that. They do that traveling 7-on-7. Yeah, it's hard, man.
He'll hand it off. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle made after a big gain.
I think how much
is
he
the line here to run the hurry.
I was thinking low key.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results.
You like
opening big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
And they'll stop him short of the line to gain.
By the time you
Coming
got
to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long.
I don't know if you fast, but
off of RPO, the quarterback
you
looks to
play
his right.
safety. You got to be fast
Now
enough.
short of the goal line, but it's first and goal for the 2.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
That's what makes
Try to run it in on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is a national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality defense. And that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return.
Oh, yeah.
And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team.
So hi. Can we revisit that conversation?
And the Michigan State offense is back out on the field.
ACC
They had
second
some
toughest
good things
conference.
going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here.
Second toughest
Quarterback
conference.
leaves the pocket on the move now. And the pass will fall incomplete on the scramble attempt. Good coverage.
Hey, I'm just saying. There was 2 of them in the Final Four. There was 2 in the Final Four. Virginia Tech. No, it wasn't. It was Rom. It was Rom. Yeah, hey, I'm just talking about what's happening right now, bro.
Man, when quarterback starts moving around like that, you move into what some defensive coordinators would call a second play because it becomes almost like backyard football at that point. That was a good job by the defense playing discipline and forcing the incompletion.
It's a short completion of the tight end.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, The
I think we
defense
got some
can't lock
dominant
in
defense.
on one guy
I
or two
think Ron is
guys.
like, I
Make
think
them
Ron
have to be
is
aware
like,
of everybody and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and
yeah,
spread
like
the
he's
field,
super good
making
in
it
the regular
tougher for this
season.
defense.
And then how y'all see like see. The win one he loses.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
Getting set. Here's second down. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And they'll get him down that time.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes this defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a first down.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Looking to scramble now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
The Spartans begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Looking to pass this time.
I don't know. I seen a nigga in his party up by
this
minute. 2 minutes ago.
I don't know. Space at the 20. And they stop him at the 4 after an excellent run.
Yes, he was. Then you
here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself. Picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there.
No, that was
this
in,
guy's
that
a
was in
real
the last
threat.
2 minutes. And then same difference.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Linebacker shifting around now.
I would never say that out loud.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play.
Yeah, he's not good.
We've had the break to talk about it. Now we begin the quarter with the offense set up 2nd and goal. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State. Here we go, national championship game, 4th quarter, 1-possession game. Let's see who's going to step up.
Well, the stakes can't get any bigger. The offense has done their job to give themselves a chance. But what about their opponent? What about the other side? How will they handle this pressure? Late in the game, they still have the lead. I want to see what their plan of attack is and how aggressive they might be willing to be.
Oh, you an admin, bro.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out.
Solid
coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
Yeah, put a green check and then put a thumbs down.
They try to get everybody on the same page here.
Put a thumbs down.
first down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? An inside give now from the shotgun. Tackled right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, this guy just keeps playing good football. He's like a bowling ball out there. Gets low pad support, running over top of defenders. Just a gritty runner, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Running with purpose. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
That's an important first down on that running play.
Trained this for a year. He's just not doing this shit.
Hand off to the single back. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. The Tigers come up to the line in a hurry up.
This running back's had a big
Hey,
night,
Chad,
kind of
who
night
hurt
you
you
dream
fast
about, but
right
the
now?
defense finally
I'm
steps
hurt.
up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
I think his heart beat right now, because he knows if he scores this drive, it's basically game. I thought he wins. But if he
Now
don't,
from
the
the
pressure
40,
on
the
him.
offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going.
A lot of time
Quarterback
when
making
somebody's trying to get
adjustments
somebody
to what
like
the
you.
defense is showing. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. And the completion made. They make the stop just short of the mark. It's going to be 4th down and inches.
Quarterback had a lot of time to evaluate this defense, and most of his reads downfield appeared to be taken away, so he checks it down to his running back. And how about the way this defense just runs to the football to keep him short of that first down? Great job by the D.
And I appreciate
The
that.
offense already has one
I
4th down conversion. They do it for a 2nd time. Defense spends their 2nd timeout to try to regroup. Leading here late in the game, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to keep possession and stretch the lead. Oh, they've stopped him short.
Wow.
4th down play, and they will take over on downs now.
That's a fucking hit, bro.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to
I
give
don't think you
all
got
the
it.
credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the
got it.
call,
I thought-
knowing exactly where they
I
needed
thought
to
you
make the
popped
stop,
you, bro.
and they did it.
So they take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn
Oh,
that
he
ruling
popped
on the
that.
field. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field.
Yeah, I mean,
They flip it to him on the
I ain't
jet
think
sweep.
he got it. I thought he popped
It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Boy, I'm a big
Hey,
fan
Joe,
of that
Joe,
jet
Joe,
sweep
back
motion
in
like
there.
that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. They can't stop him. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
You know, sometimes, Chris, we get caught up in the speed and the quickness, and obviously those are important assets to have as a running back. But what you just saw from this guy, and he's had a pretty good day, is his ability to break tackles in the open space. And he gets through those arm tackles. You can see what he's capable of doing after being able to shake free with the speed that he has.
We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And the same runner's got it again. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Now they try to run it here on second down, unable to get the first down. And now, late in a game like this, the big question, do you pass the ball potentially with an incompletion, the clock will stop, or do you play it safe and keep it on the ground?
This defense just cannot get off the field. The long march moves on. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down. So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. This to build the lead to 6 here in the 4th quarter. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here.
It's sorry ass music.
Field goal try, no good. And after the miss, it's still a 7-point lead.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they're moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least. 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
I think I missed
Here
the
comes a
field
first
goal.
down pass attempt.
Like 30 yards.
And the clock winding
Oh
down.
my
They'll
God.
take a deep shot.
Yes, he
The
did.
catch is made for a huge pickup. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a first and goal.
I don't.
Great chance of the offense to
Then he got a
tie the
first down.
game. First and goal. From the shotgun, he's probing the
Cut up
secondary.
well.
And left with no option. Just
I'd
has to
do
throw
that.
it away.
Yeah, I'd do that dude. I ain't even gonna lie. You barely didn't. Yeah, that should have been a touchdown.
Coming up, 2nd down and goal. And he runs out of bounds there to avoid the contact and take the loss. The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on 3rd
That
and
would
goal.
have been square. Now
And
to
he
drop.
drops back in the gun. Snags the quick throw. Touchdown, Spartans.
Hey, Rob, I was
Strong
on
game by this quarterback.
Chris, a really good route here and a nice throw by the quarterback to give them a touchdown to tie this game up. And now we're an extra point away from them taking the lead in the national title.
Nigga, I
And
don't give a fuck.
FPHC
I
gives
got
us a
big balls.
tie ball game here in the final quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the
That's
field.
not the fucking salesman.
Gets off a squib kick. It'll be fielded by one of the up men.
You know what? I take it back. This ain't the most foreign that is the other
First
thing.
play of the drive now. They'll start from the 32. And a late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock.
Is this shit rigged? This shit rigged? This shit rigged. Gotta be.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be?
You know Ron, man. He loves that. All that.
Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Trying to extend the play. On the run here, taking a deep shot. Oh, and it's intercepted. A critical late mistake here.
Now who hurt me today? Better start the blunt. I bought it
Big
for
guys
off
up front
season.
lined up. It's first down.
No, I've been watching the game. But I'm cool with tonight anyway.
They'll run it to the left. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Nice job here controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
I think we got the numbers. We got 8.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Hey, T-Line.
Offense looking to keep this drive going into the red zone. It's third down and short. From the shotgun, drops back.
Hey, C-Ron, was you watching
The
S-Dot
defender
3?
gets a hand in there to break the pass up. And the Tigers
I just want to know what
to
this
run
like.
the hurry up.
On his field goal, I want to know what he passed. I just really want to know why he missed it.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down.
I'm just trying to figure out why
And
he
he
missed that
lost
field
it to
goal.
the end zone. It's a touchdown as they jump on top here in overtime.
This is what having an accurate quarterback is so important. Fourth down, critical situation. He puts that ball right on his receiver. What I love to see is he not only picks up that first down, but he's got the speed and the awareness to take it to the end zone for the touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point.
Well, even the running back was open. Had it all open.
So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass
I don't
on
know
the
if
jet
it's
sweep.
right after.
And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the three-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
I'm at the gym.
And the Spartans looking to take advantage of this red zone trip.
Yeah, I'm
They're gonna
talking.
run it.
Yeah, when it be a game, I'll do.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
And you could get a first or no?
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. They go with a direct snap. And it's a touchdown. They're an extra point away from double OT. Or you go for two and win it right now.
Well, this is one of the benefits of going second when you get into overtime. Now you know what you're facing.
Now it went to a regulation.
You can either send it to another overtime if you
We're
kick
being
an
all
extra point,
right now.
or potentially, hey, let's win the game and go for two right here.
So one overtime, not enough to decide this one. Here comes the first play of double OT. Picks up the first, looking for more. And they stop him just short, but the defense really backed up now. It's first and goal. So the offense has a first and goal now here in the second overtime.
No, that.
In for a touchdown to claim the lead in double overtime. And now a two-point try coming up.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
All right.
So they score the touchdown. Now by rule, they must go for two here in second overtime. Quarterback drops back in the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And he's in there. The conversion is good. Great execution, and it pushes the lead to 8. So pressure on this offense here in overtime. They must score a touchdown to stay alive. And the single back takes the handoff. Not much on that play, brought down short. The Tigers will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Now the defense will spend a timeout. No room for mental errors on that side.
What's the S stand for? S dot salesman? God damn. I said, what the S stand for? S dot salesman? That nigga's good.
Here's the second down play.
You was gonna be
Romney.
Snap.
They'll set up to throw. Gets made on the out route. They get him down pretty quickly, but it's a solid gain on that short throw. Here comes a crucial third down play. They have 2 plays to make this, needing a touchdown to stay in the game. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
I like that you trust your running back and you're still trying to run the football. You got to be careful. You get into overtime, this defense is thinking not just stop this runner, but try to rip that ball out as well.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 now.
Same way, that's not about to lose.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And that's a solid game.
Literally
the
did
defense able to bring him down.
Nah, that was some goated.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man.
Wayne was down.
He'll try a pass here. Pass falls incomplete. There was a lot of contact.
No
penalty. Brings up third down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking
of
their
running
backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football.
I didn't see Ronnie.
You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Pass caught. Can he get in? They've got it. That completion good enough for first down yardage.
I love it. Keep the kicker on the sideline. This offense knows when you're in the red zone, you got to come away with 6. Great play to keep this drive moving.
And the defense will use a timeout here to talk things over. So needing to reach the end zone to keep. And he's in for a touchdown. But still work to do. They need a 2-point conversion to force.
These niggas don't want to lose. God, you never made your pick. Who your pick?
So now the offense must answer with their own 2-point conversion to send this to a third overtime. Now the offense will spend the timeout to get everybody organized. Can't afford a mistake at this moment. And now the wrinkle here in double overtime. They must set up for a 2-point try. Offense looking to throw the ball.
That's it.
And he makes the grab in the end zone. The conversion works, and the game is now tied.
Yo, I just said that was a pick. Crazy. Oh
okay,
my
so now
God.
we've got dueling 2-point conversions from here on out to decide this game. Enormous pressure on every snap.
Oh no, Rom's gonna be pissed. He's gonna first mention the fumble.
On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line.
That's a
They've stopped him.
That's a
Great
bad
job
play.
by this defense. And the 2-point try fails.
I don't think he knew the rules. I don't think he knew the rules. Game ain't opened up there.
So the defense does the job, and now this offense comes out for a 2-point try to win the
It's OT
game right
until
here.
whoever don't get it.
Defense is coming after him.
Ooh.
No, he does not get in. It's a game-saving stop by this defense, and we'll play on.
So fucked up. I wasn't about to run that since you told me to. I said I wasn't going to.
So here we go
I've
again.
never seen
A
that
2-point play to set the tone as we continue deep in overtime. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he runs it in for the 2-point conversion, but wait a second. There's a penalty marker down. You got to check this out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So they set up again, a 2-point try to reclaim the lead deep here in overtime. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. No, he is stopped short. They cannot execute the crucial two-point play.
Forgot that.
They get the huge stop, and now they go for a two-point try to win the game right here.
And they get called to
And
play.
he gets in there to win the game. An overtime classic. Wow. And the last team standing.
I did say that. I
National
did say that.
champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national
Yeah, you said that's the money
champions of
play,
the
and
year.
I said, how the
That's
game
gonna
not
do it
over.
for
I
us
said,
and
how
wrap
the
up
game not over.
another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official, your kings of college football and national champions, the Clemson Tigers.
That was a pick. That was a pick. I hate this guy. Man, basically, Romney dude batted the ball down, and basically Romney boys deflected a pass into S.I. hands, like when it should have.